We're going to do an R1 and R2 test on a lighting circuit and at the same time prove that we've got polarity. In other words, that the switch is in the line conductor, which obviously is part of our inspection. You can see I've got the board locked off. It's nice and safe. I can work on it. There's notices. What I need to do to get an R1 and R2 test is to join the line conductor of the circuit I'm testing with the earthing conductor. So the easiest way really is just to disconnect it and put it into the earth bar of the board. There are other ways, of course, but in this instance, this is probably the easiest. Okay, I need to get a nice tight connection on this because I don't want a high resistance joint, which will result in us having a very false reading. Okay, so I now need to go to the light that I'm going to, or the light point that I'm going to work on. If I just take it apart for a second, I don't need to disconnect anything. I now need to make sure that my meter is going to be reading accurately, so I need to zero the leads. First of all, I set it to ohms, hold the ends together nice and firmly, wait until I get a reading, push the zero button, and the leads are now zeroed. So when I take a resistance value, I'm actually just going to get the resistance of the cables rather than the resistance of these leads as well. So now we've exposed all of the conductors that we need to be working on. I just need to connect my leads. So first of all, one lead goes onto the earthing point of the circuit and turn the instrument on. We've already zeroed the leads. I now need to place the probe onto the switch return of the lighting circuit. And we can see that I've got an open circuit here. Okay, that's higher than the value can read. What that's really telling me is one of two things. Either I've got the wrong conductors here or the switch is turned off, which is giving me a high reading. The way to check it is I now need to go to the switch, turn the switch on, and then repeat the operation. If I place my probe on the switch return again, I should get a much lower reading, and the value I'm getting there, as you can see, is 1.27, and that would be the value that I'd write down for my R1 and R2 of the circuit, providing, of course, this test was carried out on the furthest point.